Your final score, the Warriors knock off Davenport by a score of 71-56. And for the men, they sweep the Davenport Panthers this year. Let's throw it to Joe Abramson with Coach Greer. Joe?
All right, Coach, that was a win you guys needed, and it seemed, especially in the second half, that you really controlled the tempo of this game.
Yeah, I thought Darren Owen-White came in and gave us some big minutes. He's got a good head out there. He controls tempo. We made some big shots at times, but I thought we did a decent job on the boards in the second half.
In a game where Chuck Key only got 4, George Spencer showed up with 23. How big was he?
He was big. I was a little nervous at the beginning of the second half. He got those quick fouls, and he sat out for about 6-7 minutes there, and we were able to hold the fort down. But, all in all, big win. We needed it. We was leaking oil there.
One other player I want to ask you about, Marcus Moore. We talked about him off camera. The guy we used to know seemed to show up today.
Yeah, he had a couple nice little moves out there. You just got to relax and play and let the game come to him. And, the funny thing about basketball, once you see that thing go through the hoop a couple times, that basket gets big.
Could use him down the stretch, couldn't you?
Boy, do we need him.
All right, Coach, get him next week.
Thanks.
Sean.
Great stuff. Good conversation there, Joe. Well done as always. And Rod, as Coach Greer, in ways that only Coach Greer can say, they were leaking oil. Well, they plugged that hole today, and the Warriors win by a score of 71-56.
Yeah, leaking a little bit of oil, but it didn't set fire to it, and you didn't have this trail of fire following you down the highway. But they did it with their defense. They didn't let Davenport get into any kind of offensive groove, and every time they chipped away, they found a basket. They found a way. George Spencer, a big part of that. Season-high 23 points for him today.
Well, let's take a look at these highlights and see how the Warriors ended this losing streak, or should we say stop leaking oil?
Stop leaking a little bit of oil, and again, the defensive side is where they got it, and this was early. Delano Smith in the first half, able to get a couple of drives to go down, and looked like he was going to have a big game for him. There wasn't an offensive answer or defensive answer on Wayne State for what he could provide with the drives, but then it just sputtered a little bit more, and Wayne State started to get some shots to fall. Ronald Booth had 3 3-pointers in that first half. That was the first of those 3. Get a putback there from George Spencer eventually, and that's going to be a 3-point play. And that's where they started to feel themselves, and Spencer started to get into an offensive rhythm. See the drive there from Latin Davis. He had 7 points, a career-high 11 rebounds, and 3 assists for the Warriors. And that was the last 3 of that first half by Booth, and he started going once he got that long-range ball to go. 9 points in the first half, and Booth finished with 17.
Well, that young man was certainly difficult to deal with all night, Delano Smith. And he's got a bright future ahead of him, does he?
Yeah, and this Davenport program is still starting to put its legs together in the GLIAC Conference, their first year here. But offensive rebound for Matebe out to Owens-White, and then spin cycle move there for Marcus Moore. He had a big game too, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Talked about what Janae Williams does for the women, but same deal for Marcus Moore.
Ronald Booth distributing there, and we talked about Owens-White. It was nice to hear him get some love some well-deserved love, I might add, from Coach Greer.
Yeah, and here's Marcus Moore on the breakaway, and we spoke of the aerial display that he can give you. He showed it there, and Wayne State wins going away by 15. See some of the numbers. Rebounding, we talked about how they were outsized, but they still managed to get an advantage there. 6 of 18 from 3, and Davenport just couldn't find the range. You see the bench points didn't matter as much, but the second half points shows that they hustled on getting those second chances, and then they hustled on the boards. That was the difference. And look at the free throw differential there. Only 3 misses in 26 attempts for Wayne State. They walk away with this win. Big win.
Big win. And it's always a fun day, not only when we're here at the Math Eye, but when we go 2 for 2.
2 for 2, win 2.
Love it. Absolutely love it.